you've seen this go around on the internet the last day or two. By the time this is a video, last week or so, probably. This is the definitive cope, in my opinion. So you've seen, you know, like the straight pride parades.
Her ramble was just a gorilla.
Don't fix it. Thanks for following. But now they've gone and decided, you know what we need? We need our own flag. We need our own movement. So now the SuperStraights have entered the chat, and of course, I couldn't think of a worse person to watch this video through and get the information from. So altogether, we're going to we're diving into one of the worst people you know. And that is, of course, what's a SuperStraight? Weird. Tune in and stay tuned. We're about to do this together. Why even? This is Blaire White's The SuperStraight Movement Has the Trans Community Furious. Wow. Blaire White. Are you ready?
I'm super straight. I only date the opposite gender, women, that are born women. So you can't say I'm transphobic now because that's just my sexuality, you know?
So if you're heterosexual and you're a man and you said you wouldn't date a trans woman because it's a preference, that's just transphobia, period.
The reason that we're so pissed off about this trend is because it's definitely to make fun of us.
You're right.
Hey guys.
Hey guys. Hey guys. Fuck off.
Guys, welcome back to my main channel. So the girls are mad. The girls are fighting, the girls are battling. There is a new sexuality, because of course there always is.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Going viral online, getting a lot of popularity and traction, and new people identifying as it, and it is called...
No, it isn't. It isn't getting real popularity. It isn't real. It's being used to just make fun of trans people, dude. It isn't fucking, it's not real. Not valid. Okay? Oh my God, dude.
Super straight. So super straight is pretty much exactly as it sounds.
It's very, very straight.
Super straight people.
Wow.
It is people who do not
Very,
have
very
any
straight.
attraction to or date trans people. So clearly this is going to be a war. This all started on TikTok, which, follow me on TikTok, by the way. I am on TikTok.
Jesus Christ. If you're not sexually compatible with someone's bits, that's fine, but don't be transphobic about it. That's literally it. Yep, that's it.
Unfortunately. So it's only right that we show the video that started it. Here we go.
Yo guys, I made a new sexuality now, actually. It's called super straight, okay? Since straight people or straight men as myself, I get called transphobic because I wouldn't date a trans woman, you know?
You know what? I think we should take seriously the guy who just grew his first mustache. I think this guy has enough world experience and enough introspection to go, you know what? This is it's a new sexuality. Eat a dick, bro. He knows it too. Like, he knows he's just being a douchebag. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You know, they're like, would you date a trans woman? I'm like, no, why? That's a female. No, like, that's not a real woman to me. Like, I want real woman. No, you're just transphobic. So now, I'm super straight. I only date the opposite gender, women, that are born women. So you can't say I'm transphobic now because that's just my sexuality, you know?
So this video...
do you stop being super straight if you get horny for a trans woman without knowing she's trans? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You definitely stop being super straight for that. In fact, as a straight, I'm going to enforce super straight purity. The initials for the new sexuality makes me immediately sus. Interesting. Super straight sounds like he dates dudes. True, it does.
Video has amassed millions and millions of views and a ton of responses and has started an entire movement. Apparently they also have their own flag.
It's just the Pornhub colors, which many people have pointed out. Okay, if she says that wasn't transphobic, she literally has one brain cell that she has to share with her other TERFs and never owns it. Yeah. A movement. I know. It's not a movement. It's not. I don't know how Blaire thinks people just, like, do this. Like in good faith. It's interesting. that she'll see someone do this and go like, oh yeah, I guess I have to, like, maybe this is a sexuality. Like, what? How do people let this 4chan garbage get any traction? Because they're stupid. Can you at least tell me that Blaire's at least still losing subs? Oh, I don't know. She's got 938,000. I don't know. I don't keep track of her subs.
Which I do have to say, you know, I respect the SuperStraights. Like, I'm not superphobic, but
I respect the SuperStraights. I'm not superphobic. I'm gonna stop it. Stop. I'm gonna scream into this green tea bottle. Hold on 1 second. Okay, that's all I needed. All right, a little bit of catharsis.
I will say, those are the colors of Grindr, the gay dating app.
Are they? I guess they are a little bit. There's no white in it, but yeah, it looks more like the Pornhub logo, right? Am I nuts? Nope, I'm not. I'm not nuts. Yeah, I guess there's white in the Pornhub logo too. I hadn't really thought about it, but sure. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, it's the same. It's even the same green. It's even the same orange. Sorry, I looked at one of your names. It was green. The orange is too light for Pornhub. Is it? Like, barely, dude. Like, barely. Sorry, it's not the same exact fucking, like... like color code on your Cintiq drawing tablet.
So, you know, I do suggest a rebrand on the flag. So while this clearly started out as a meme and as a joke, it has revealed a lot about the woke side of the LGBT community.
Has it?
A lot of people are really showing their hands and reacting to it as if it wasn't a joke, and now it's kind of become something that isn't even a joke.
No one's reacting to it as if it wasn't a joke. What are you saying? Andromeda, thanks for following.
And now it's serious. It's just... That's the beauty of memes, really. Like, it can start as a meme and then suddenly it's real life. When memes become real life. It has made a lot of people in the trans community.
Okay, all right. Can I just... Blaire White has, like, no awareness in general. She's just... I don't think she has, like, friends. Like, real friends that are, like, part of, like... I don't know, the shitposty Twitter people. Like, she's like, memes become real life. Yes, and sometimes a meme starts and then it becomes... It's like, dude, it's like a boomer explaining how memes work. You know what I mean? Like, no one has to have this part of it explained. So stupid.
And the LGBT community, very mad.
The reason that we're so pissed off about this trend is because it's definitely to make fun of us.
That's that's exactly the point. Blaire White voice. Ahaha, my own community is being attacked and made fun of, and they're sad and upset. Haha, aren't I so cute? Hashtag blessed. You should have added, please pick me.
It's not to be a legitimate thing. The reason that they're saying super straight and making it like a flag and all that stuff is to make us upset. Now on to the legitimacy of that attraction thing. What is the thing that identifies a trans woman over a regular woman? Name something.
And apparently...
Oh, boy. Is Blaire going to try to name something? Because I'm going to be... it might be a point where we get to be even more mad at her. Exciting.
The originator of SuperStraight has been getting a ton of death threats from activists, and his mother's business is being threatened with fake reviews.
I don't know how you're surprised. I don't know how you're surprised. When you do a bad, surprise, people will go, that was bad. Like, yeah, you did a bad. I don't know. What are you talking about? It's the bad part. It's the response to the bad. You knew what you were doing when you did it, you fucking idiot. God.
Just bombarded, and I'm just really confused because why would the community of love and acceptance and that believes in not shaming people for their sexuality be sending death threats?
Blaire, it's not a... It's it's not different than like someone memeing about like the cookie question. Is anyone familiar with the cookie question? The cookie question is something that like someone like Nick Fuentes will do. Nazis will do this. Where to say that the Holocaust didn't happen, they'll make a joke about like, you know, I don't know if I could bake 4 million cookies in my oven. I don't think my oven is big enough to bake 4 cookies in. In fact, I'd 4 million cookies in. I'd be suspicious of anyone that claimed that they could bake 4 million cookies in an oven. And it's that's the cookie question. Basically, I mean, you can format it however you'd like, but it's not different. It's still fucked up. You know when you say it what you're doing. You just pretend not to, like it gives you plausible deniability or something. It doesn't. This is not that different of you know, a mask for your joke. It's just well, I'm just gonna say it's my sexuality now. Like, no, dude. And then of course, you cut off this person. The last TikTok we watched, this person was about to go into the legitimacy of attraction and all that stuff, and it's like, we don't need that. As a straight, I will bestow upon the other straights the permission to prefer certain genitalia. I will give permission to the gays as well. Anybody who has like a singular focus insofar as their sexuality is concerned, for me, it's feminine people with a vajayjay and boobas to some extent. I also like, you know, other stuff. Feminine booty. I like a lot of the things that go along with femininity that are maybe not even secondary, but like third party type stuff, like a lot of the ways that people express their femininity in other ways. Like I don't know, fingernails and like you know, liking cute girly stuff. I don't know, it's endearing to me. I enjoy that. It doesn't have to be that, but I also am attracted to that. So it's just like primary and secondary sexual characteristics, and then some of the other stuff that I am attracted to in women, that part of their personalities. And I think that's valid for everybody, right? If you like really masculine men and you're straight or gay or whatever, or I mean, you could be bi too, but like, and then you have a singular focus on like, I like very masculine Chad men who wear corn suits. You're welcome. Who have peepees. I'm your guy, obviously. Fingernails, not just their fingernails existing. I mean, like fucking, you know, like girls like to. Girly girls often like to do things with their fingernails. I find that I'm attracted to people that do that. I don't know, it's not the fingernails that do it, but it's like an aspect of like that girly sort of personality that likes these things, I guess. Yeah. Saying vulva makes it sound weird, dude. Don't say vulva, even if it's accurate. It just is weird. I like vulvas. No, can't say it. Sorry. You're going to get a weird chant from me with that one, even if it's 100% accurate. And it is accurate. I'm just saying. Oh, yeah, I love a woman with a good vulva. Shut up. You sound weird. You're a weirdo.
That's weird. To all the people who are super straight.
See? Blaire agrees.
Remember, you are transphobic. You are desperate for attention. You aren't part of the LGBTQ plus community. You are making a mockery of the LGBTQ plus community. You aren't oppressed. Just out with it and say you're transphobic.
Yeah.
So I think what makes this troll so effective is that it has really lured people into reacting to it as if it's real, and now it kind of is. And the fact that people are upset over this new sexuality being created is a little hypocritical coming from the folks who created abrosexual.
It's not a sexuality. Bro, it's not a sexuality. Abrosexual is an ace spectrum identity. Let's see if she gets it right.
Demisexual.
No, she's not going to say it. All right. Abrosexual. Let's just look it up. refers to an individual whose sexuality is changing or fluid. For example, someone could be gay one day, then be asexual the next, then polysexual. So it's a fluid sexuality. Okay, if that's how you want to describe yourself, I don't really care. Demisexual, only feeling sexual attraction when you have an emotional bond with that person. That's not even that strange. Like, that's not even like, that's not that strange. I think most people have some aspect of that, right? Where if someone's personality is dog shit, you're not just gonna still fuck them, right? Like, a lot of people have aspects of demisexuality. Some people are full demisexual, where they're just like, look, I can't make you, you know, I'm not gonna give you an orgasm if I don't like you enough to do that. You know what I mean? Like. Although a lot of demi people, thank you, Lewis. I was just about to talk about this. Although a lot of demi people do describe it as a situation where that doesn't involve physicality or gender. But yeah.
Gerontosexual, gynosexual.
I've never heard of gerontosexual. What? That didn't turn up anything. I don't know how to spell it, I guess. Is it geronto sexual? Like intense sexual attraction towards elderly people, right? Okay. Yeah. That's fine.
Sexual, intrasexual, callosexual.
Callosexual? It's usually like when I look these up, they seem fine. They seem like, of course. This is not, I don't know how to, maybe it's, is that? No, I can't find that one. I don't know. Sexual. Yeah, she's trying to do whataboutism. I don't know.
Multisexual, pomosexual.
Pomosexual. Never heard of it. Let's see. Refers to someone who denies or does not fit any label for a particular kind of attraction. So it's just someone who doesn't want to identify as some sort of sexuality. Okay, that's usually not how people self-identify, but again, there's nothing there that makes it invalid, right? There's nothing there that goes like, you know what? I'm not going to apply to anyone's sexuality. Okay. Been busy for the past couple days and missed your streams. Glad to come back. Thanks, Spooky Electric.
Sapiosexual, and literally hundreds more. I am not exaggerating. There are hundreds. And like,
yeah, but most people don't. Most people fit into straight, bi, gay, pan. Most people, and then ace. These are 99% of people. Then there's other people who are like demi, sapio, etc. I mean, we have a lot of these. A lot of these have to do with gender, but like most people are. I've never heard most of those. You know what I mean? We have a pretty fucking diverse group of people. But guess what? Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? If you'd like to do that, if that feels correct, then do it. You can't just be like, if I clock a trans person, that means that's my sexuality. No, it's a hang-up, bro. It's different. It is different. I don't know. I don't know how you don't understand that. Hot take, I don't like this Blaire lady. I know, right? If you don't know who Blaire White is, Blaire White is, in fact, a trans woman who is often anti-trans. It's really sad.
Even though SuperStraight is a joke, the irony is that is a lot more valid than a lot of those I just listed.
It isn't. Did you even look up any of those? And why are your eyes closed?
Actually, all of them.
All of them? What?
Y'all are releasing.
By the way, I would say that some of those are probably fetishes, but like the one about old people. But I guess maybe if you're only attracted to old people, I guess maybe it seems more like a kink though. If you like broke it down, it might not be, but most of those hundreds of terms are more akin to adjectives than complete descriptions of identities. The more specific you get, the less of someone's personality, sexuality, preferences you're addressing. Yeah, usually. Yeah.
New sexuality is more than I even release videos. Like, it's your full-time job. But you freak out when someone else does it, make it make sense. It's obvious.
It's not a freak. God, she's so fucking just... She is so not a part of these conversations, weirdly, while always inserting herself into the conversations.
Obviously completely valid to exclude trans people from your dating pool if you're not attracted to them. And anyone who says otherwise is honestly kind of rapey. The fact...
Look, if you're not attracted to a specific trans person, it doesn't matter. Okay? That's not what the point is. If you aren't attracted to some trans people, that's fine too. The idea that the only thing that makes your attraction not valid or makes you feel different is when you find out they're trans, that's the problem. Not that you don't like the... You know, if you have met a trans person and say, like, for instance, I'm not attracted to Blaire White. It's not because she's trans. I'm not attracted to women that look anything like Blaire, ever. It's just because of, like, her entire aesthetic is just, like, bitchy fake person. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's constantly like this it's this put on. It's not this genuine individual, right? And that's what makes me not like her. It isn't that she's like also, her personality sucks balls. But, like, just look at this entire aesthetic. Look at the entire aesthetic of this person. This is not the type... If she was cis, I wouldn't be attracted to her, right? So it has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the idea that there are trans people that are very, very good looking. And if you... You know, to a lot of people, whether they pass or whatever, right? People are attracted to a myriad of different things, right? And even if someone doesn't think they pass, some people think you pass, you know what I mean? Or some people don't care if you pass. Like, some people are like, yeah, it's whatever. Like you look like what you look like, and I really am into that. It's not really the point. The point is if you were to be attracted to someone in every way, I used this example before. Imagine Rihanna, right? A lot of people are attracted to Rihanna across the spectrum of life. I like to use Rihanna as an example because most people can at least say, yeah, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And also, she's outwardly very sexual, so it's something that you can, like, have a conversation about. But so if you're a perfect person, just think of any of your people. The perfect person in general, okay? The perfect person, right? They have the primary and secondary sexual characteristics that you like. You like their personality. They have a good sense of humor. You get along with them. They like you too. And then you're attracted to them 100%, okay? The perfect person is you, Jake. There you go, me, okay? But if you stop becoming attracted to that person just because they are trans, right? Everything else is fine. Everything's copacetic, including genitalia and all the things that people worry about when they say they're straight or gay. Like all of the things that would otherwise be that way. And you never would have known unless you asked and they told you, right? If you are unattracted to somebody because of that, that is transphobia. That's the difference, right? That's the entire difference. That's a hang up you got to get over. Or you don't have to, but you should try to get over it because it's a prejudice. It's the same thing as, like, finding out someone is 1% black and becoming unattracted to them, right? Or they are black, but they are otherwise white presenting, right? Maybe they have, like, a skin condition that makes their skin white, and maybe they don't have any of the features that you would associate with a black person. Maybe they have, like, straight blonde long hair, even. I don't know, but you know what I'm saying? Just, it's irrelevant. And they have blue eyes and freckles, but both their parents are black. They're black. They're not adopted. They're actually black, and then that makes you go, oh, I'm not attracted to you anymore. It's not different. That's racism, right? It's not different. It's the same thing. It's an innate aspect about them that otherwise wouldn't be an issue unless you knew about it. M the Ambassador, thanks for the 100 biddies. 9 to 10 of the 9 to 10 most of the people that are super straight would fuck a trans person. 9 to 10. Is that like a bet? I don't know. That sounds like an English idiom or something. Also, let's use another example. I know a guy that has a preference for black women, but he would date a white woman. That doesn't make him racist. Him saying he will never date a white woman is kind of racist. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah, if you don't like something about someone's body, and it becomes a situation where you can't sexually, consent to that in a way that would make you comfortable. Of course, it doesn't have to be their genitals. It could be anything. They could have anything about their body that you don't like. It doesn't have to be a specific thing. Like, you don't like everyone's face, right? You don't think everyone is beautiful. That's okay. Just because you don't find someone attractive for a thing about them, isn't that big a deal if it's like a physical thing that you can be attracted to, right? But then there's certain things like innate otherwise being attracted to a person. Like you're not invalid for finding a trans person unattractive because their face isn't pretty to you. That's fine, or handsome, or whatever you're looking for, right? Or they got a weird dick. Maybe someone has a weird dick, like mine. It's shaped like a figure 8. Or an ampersand. That's what my dick looks like, chat. And you're just like, I can't get down with ampersand dicks. That's fine. That's okay. But being otherwise attracted to someone, then finding out they're trans, then you're a fucking transphobe, dude. Because you were attracted 2 seconds ago. The infinidick. Awesome.
That people equate it to hatred automatically kind of makes me hate them. Like, I am not attracted to little people. Contrary to popular belief, I post all the time with my best friend JC. People think he's my boyfriend. He's not. Like, it doesn't make me ableist or anti-little people if I don't want to date a little person, or if I simply am not attracted to them because I like tall men.
That's not the point.
God, I love tall men. And even if...
That's not the point. That's not the point. You don't have to be attracted to any one thing. If you are otherwise attracted and then you found out, I used to be short, but I got long legs from a wish spell, then you don't get, you're an asshole. You are an asshole. Fucking stupid, dude.
Super straight is a joke. It's still born out of something very real, which is the frustration that people are feeling from having their sexual orientation invalidated to validate the feelings of other people.
I don't think this is true at all. I don't think this is true at all. 98% of straight men are unwilling to date a trans woman? I don't know about that, dude. Jake, where can I find this lengthening wizard for no particular reason? I don't know.
Like, insisting that you have to be attracted to trans people if you're straight. How can you guys be mad if people who are not attracted to trans people make a new sexuality?
It's not that you have to be attracted to trans people.
I'm like, okay, y'all can have straight. I'm super straight.
No one is saying you have to be attracted to trans people at all. No one's saying that.
Straight then. Like, there have been worse ideas. I'm just going to say this, and people can be so mad. I don't care. In my opinion, straight men who are attracted to trans women, they're somewhere on the Kinsey Scale.
Everyone's somewhere on the Kinsey Scale. That's what the Kinsey Scale is.
Okay? Like, they are not perfectly straight.
Holy fucking shit. Oh my god, dude. Also, I will say, for the record, most people aren't 100% straight anyway, so it wouldn't matter. But they're just not super. They're not super honest about it. Perfectly straight? I don't think anyone's perfectly straight. Like a 0 or a 6 on the Kinsey scale doesn't really make a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, just the way that sexuality works. I don't think it's there. But imagine being such a self-serving piece of shit that you sell at your own people for pats on the head by fascists. I know, right?
I don't care. It is what it is. That includes any man I've ever been with who liked me because I'm trans. They're somewhere on the Kinsey scale. It doesn't make them gay. It doesn't make them bisexual, but they are not clearly 110% straight. And to deny that, why would you deny that? Maybe straight is the best possible word for you, but you're clearly still 1 or 2 points to the left of perfectly straight on the Kinsey scale.
Why is she like this?
And that's okay. Why is every sexual preference okay except for not finding trans people hot?
Because it's not that he's not attracted to trans people. He's not attracted to the idea of transness from a transphobic perspective. It's not. He doesn't want to be with a trans person because he says I'm really, really straight, and that would affect my straightness. It's where it lies. It's where it lies. You're so stupid. Honestly, I think if we somehow truly removed all anti-queer bias from society, most people would be pan-bi, you know? I'd say straight would be... I'd say people would end up having straight relationships where the two people have like opposite boinkers. So you have a boinker or a yoinker, you know what I'm saying? I would say that makes a lot of sense from a biological perspective, but I don't think it would have anything to do with gender. Does that make sense? I feel like we tend to organize in ways, because of procreation and just how like our biological brain, our lizard brains go like, oh, I gotta make some fucking eggs. You know what I mean? Gotta make some moist eggs. But I will say that absolutely, I think 2 things that are going to happen in the long run of human sexuality, right? 2 things that are definitely happening in the long term of human sexuality if we are to exist for, say, 1,000 years more from here. In the year 3021. Number 1, absolutely, I think more than half of all people easily will identify as not cis or not straight, just cishet. In general, just those 2 things, I don't think most people will identify as both. Some people definitely will, and I think it'll be a decent wedge. I just don't think it'll be most people. And secondly, I don't think monogamy lasts in general. Like, I as far as a social institution, like in a pressurized, like you should just be with one person. I think a lot of people will be with one person, and I think that's absolutely fine and super valid if that's how you want to live your life. I don't think most people will feel the societal pressure of that. Does that make sense? Definitely different. Moist egos. Thanks, Marcus Drake. I feel like we're getting away from this idea that we have to organize our families in a certain specific way. Are you thinking a standard bell curve style distribution on the fluidity scale? I don't know. It doesn't really matter the specifics of it. I just think that most people are going to be like, I'm a little bit, my gender is in question. Like the way that we decide what man and woman is today is a little bit, it's very fluid in general anyways. And I'll use these pronouns. That makes me happy. That feels right. And I feel like a lot of people will also get away from the idea of like nuclear family ideas. You know what I'm saying? And we already are, but I feel like in 1,000 years of human longevity, it definitely perpetuate itself. What is that, like 20 generations or something like that? I got married at 18 because I got pregnant. Yep, exactly. Yeah. Bonkers and boinkers and yoinkers, I think. Conservatives won't exist in the way that they exist today. That's for sure. They're losing and they'll always lose. In 1,000 years, conservatives are going to be against like fucking aliens. No, don't have sex with aliens. It's like, but Garrus is hot, bro. I don't actually think Garrus is hot. I know a lot of you do, though. I'm more of a Talizora, okay? Type guy.
And as a certified card-carrying trans
Yeah, the
testicle,
ender.
I do
Hell
have
yeah.
to say, I would never want to be with a man who felt like he had to go on a date with me or had to entertain the idea of being
No one is saying that, Blaire.
with me simply for woke points or to avoid being called a bigot.
No one says that. No one says that you have to date trans people. Nobody. People that do say that are fucking hyper performative libs. Fact. No leftist says this. You're a lib. Or you're a tanky, I guess.
That's just pathetic. You really need to have, and as trans people, we should have enough confidence to say, it's okay if I am not your preference. I'm my own preference. I like me. You don't have to like me. Why is everyone so concerned with who's labeled what and who fucks who and blah, blah, blah? Like, mind your business. Maybe the reason why no one wants to date you isn't because of your gender, but because you're an unlikable.
She said that with no self-awareness. Isn't that wild? Isn't that wild? You know what I'm saying. I'd suck it. What are you talking about? Who's what are you sucking right now? I like femme women. I would never fuck with Blaire White. Never fuck chuds. Absolutely. Meta Paradox, when have I ever said that I when have I ever claimed I totally understand all of the things about the asexual community and the language going in there? Never said that. And I don't like the fucking bad faith bullshit that you just typed, even if you said I'm a fan of Jake. You don't get to say, like, I'm not racist, but, you know, you also don't get to say, like, I'm a fan of Jake, but. Fuck that. Fuck you. I don't appreciate that. I've never once said that I understand 100% of all your life experiences. It drives me nuts. Don't ever do that. Reconsider. Don't type right now. Don't say I'm sorry. Don't do any of that. Just sit there and reflect. Just sit there and fucking reflect, dude. Like, Jesus Christ. I would never claim that I know 100%. I always look it up and I always ask you guys, hey, what do you find that accurate? Like, do you think that I explained that in a correct way? Does anyone have anything to add to my definition? I always fucking say this kind of shit. Get the fuck out of here with your nonsense, implying that I would ever claim to understand 100% of your. Ooh. You know what I do understand? I'm gonna give you a hot 600 for that one. I'm gonna give you a hot 600. I need you to not even. Wait, did I ban you? I didn't mean to ban you. Hold on. No, that was a timeout. That's fine. Yeah. I'm timing that one out. You need to take 10 minutes and reconsider the fact that I have never fucking done that and never would. And I don't know. That irritates me a lot. Imagine making money posting makeup tutorials on YouTube and being so incapable of looking at yourself in the mirror when you think or speak. True. Jake says he prefers Tally, but in an earlier stream, he said Jack was the best. Oh, yeah. Jack definitely, though. Jack definitely. Absolutely. Yeah. Gotta mute. I don't want to have that discourse for 10 minutes. Not interested in it. So you just gotta chill. I'm very disappointed. Yeah, I'm not angry. I'm very disappointed in that kind of bullshit. Jake's over here claiming he knows 100% of our language and how. No, I don't fucking. I'm not in your fucking. I'm not in your group. I'm not. I'm over here. Ugh. Trader, I trusted you. Tally is the correct answer. No. Tally is a very good answer. Hey, look. If you're a Mass Effect fan and you are a Tally and or Jack lover, you're valid equally, okay? Can't wait to make Jake mad at me one day. Don't try to make me mad at you. I'm not even mad about it. It's just like clearly one of those things where, first of all, we're not fucking really talking about that concept. Second of all, I've never done that, so you're fucking wrong. And third of all, I really don't like the idea that you get to say I'm disappointed in you for a thing I've never done. I don't fucking like that. I don't like you using this sort of like I don't like the idea that someone gets to drive a wedge because you say I'm a fan of Jake Butt. Fuck that. Just say your opinion. That's the part that really annoyed me. Like, it was manipulative. I don't fucking like that shit. I won't play for it. I'll never fucking put up with that. Again, forever and ever. I don't care how long you've been a fan. I don't care how much money you give me. I don't care how long you sub. You don't get to use your spending time in the stream or on any of the content or spending any money as a cudgel to crush me with your fucking opinions. Eat a dick. I'm doing my best here. Okay? If you think I have a problem with something, great, but not one that's inaccurate like that, where I've never claimed something like that. Drives me nuts. I like Caden, I know damn well I'm trash for it. You are trash for liking Caden. Jake Butt, OnlyFans when? What are you talking about my butt for? What are you talking about? What are you talking about my butt for? Has Jake yelled at you on stream? Probably most people I haven't. Just play the video already? All right, Logan. That's a hot 600, isn't it? Whoop. Boop. Sorry, Logan. You don't get to fucking tell me that. Again, I don't give a shit. Sub-gifter. 2-month subscriber. Do not care, Logan. That's against the rules. It's against the fucking rules, boy. You don't get to fucking tell me what, dude. You can go to a different stream, my friend. Get the fuck out of here. Drives me nuts. Drives me fucking nuts, dude. I stay quiet because I'm small and scared. No, it's okay. You'll be good, James Luke Picante. That's actually a cute name. I really fucking like that name, actually. James Luke Picante. What is happening tonight? All the love, Cornfather. Also, have calmed down about your Mass Effect waifu take. Oh, you've calmed down about it? Dude, Jack is hot as fuck.
Consider, for all the straight and non-trans people watching, I'm going to offer you maybe some perspective. Like, I understand,
all right, let's hear
being
it.
trans myself, why other trans people do this, like, whole, like, you have to date trans people, you're transphobic, you're a bigot. I understand why they do it. It's born out of severe insecurity. It's born out of the need to seek validation from others. Some trans people, insecure trans people, really, really, really need to believe that they are 100% man or woman, depending on where they're transitioning to. And they...
Oh my fucking God, dude. Hey, you're a man or a woman if you say you are. Okay, if you genuinely feel the way you are is what you are, then you're that. I don't care. I have no idea. There's no percentages. It's not a loading screen. You're not incomplete. You're fucking valid. I hate Blaire White. I hate her so much. She's the only invalid trans person, and it has nothing to do with her transness. Has everything to do with her shitty fucking personality, dude. If you are trans, you are not a work in progress, okay? In any way that is other than a normal work in progress person. You're 100% valid immediately. If you want to look a different way, that's like everybody else too. If you want to work on yourself, if you want to self-improve, if you're like, hey, I want to do this or I aspire to be this way, that's great. That's fine. It doesn't make you less trans. All it does is make you a human person. All people go through a certain level of like discomfort with themselves. Trans people go through a heightened level of that, but having dysphoria and having like longer reaching goals than me doesn't make you invalid in the completion of or in the, I guess, the alchemy of all things that make you who you are. That's complete. Okay, you are complete and you are valid. I don't know how to tell it any other way except, like, just because you have a goal you haven't met yet doesn't make you not the person you fucking are, okay? And that's, if anybody ever says, oh, well, you'll, like anything akin to, like, when you finish transitioning or anything like that, fuck that. Fuck that. That person's a dick. Get him out of here. Bayhart Gamer, thanks for following. She fucking drives me nuts, man. She drives me nuts.
You may get that validation from people that they're dating or people they're pursuing or are pursuing them. But that's toxic, trans or not trans. You should not get validation from men. I don't need to validate myself by exclaiming how bad straight men want me. I don't need to validate myself by saying gay men don't want me.
It's not about... Oh, my God.
I know who wants me. I know who doesn't want me. Your husband wants me. Just kidding. You have to just be okay with you. And if you're not okay with you, then you probably are going to be the type that thinks that people who don't want to date you have some kind of hatred or have it out for you.
God, this is... I feel like she's saying, like... If she wasn't a shitty person, she would say a similar thing to this. that would be a good thing. And that would be basically like, please don't base the value you place on yourself. Don't base that value on how other people value you. The sexual marketplace isn't a real thing. It's not real. Like, so if someone values your fuck stunk real high and someone else values your fuck stunk real low, it doesn't mean you're half as much value as the one person that does, right? It doesn't mean that. That's not how this works. There's no speculation fuck market for you as a person. It's not a thing. It's what one person is attracted to you, one person isn't. That will happen irrespective of how you look, right? Irrespective of how you are. Like, people will want to and people will not want to. That's it. People are not commodities. Yes, exactly. Gotta watch out for the short squeeze on the sexual stonk market. True. We're going to the moon, chat. You're all sexy.
Interestingly, there's also a super gay and super lesbian hashtag that's growing because
yeah, Lewis,
this isn't even just about straight people. Like, this also applies to gays and lesbians. Like,
this also apply. It doesn't apply. It doesn't. Super lesbian, super gay, super bi, super straight. Brothers and sisters, these are just transphobes. Again, transphobes. For super lesbian, I don't want to date a trans person. Okay, super gay, I don't want to date a trans person. Super bi, I won't date a trans person. Super straight, won't date a trans person. What the fuck is your problem? These are just like, I'm not attracted to trans people. How do you know, dude? How do you know? It just rests in transphobia. It doesn't rest in your actual it doesn't rest in your actual like attractions. That's the reason that this isn't valid.
Like, lesbians who are not attracted to trans women, gay men who are not attracted to trans men. These people are being told they have to be as well. And it's honestly one of the most toxic elements.
No! Again, I don't know how many times I can say this, but I want to make it very clear. No one is saying you have to be attracted to a trans person. No one is saying that. What they are saying is, if you aren't attracted to a trans person specifically because they are trans, meaning they used to be identifying or they were assigned as some type of combination of human existence that you wouldn't normally find attractive, that like that makes you a bigot, like you're a douchebag because they used to be a different way. It's like being mad at someone for used to being fat, like, oh, or they used to be skinny and you like chubbies. Like, you used to be fucking skinny, bro? Pfft. Well, that would make you look totally different, wouldn't it? I don't like that. I don't like that at all. You're a douchebag if that's the way you think. And most people don't think that way. Like, what the fuck, man? Ugh.
Of the whole gender ideology debate. Anytime you're trying to control or police who dates who has sexual relations with who, like, you're creepy and you're a problem. I remember growing up when there was a lot more common to have, like, you know, evangelical and super religious people trying to police how gay people shouldn't be with, you know, members of the same sex. And, you know, I hated that and I fought against that. That's a little less common now than y'all, little wokies, who are trying to police now sexuality and who is with who.
It's gotta be either incredible bad faith or genuine ignorance. It's gotta be. Because who the fuck is saying these things? Like, the way that she and other people like her describe this, don't talk about it. Like no one's talking to them in the way that they are describing this. Who is doing that? Cupcake Kink, how do I know if I'm ace? Well, I mean, you wouldn't have a lot of sexual attraction, right? How do you guys ace squad? How do you identify? How does that determination come, in your opinion? Ace squad. You can't police sexuality, but also all these sexualities are invalid and cringe. Haha, pick me. Yup. Well. If you have sex never, hardly, begrudgingly, don't like hookups, or only have sex to please your lover, you're ace, in my opinion. Yeah, that's probably a version of ace. Not having a general amount of thirst. I don't think it's having a low libido. I think it's different. It's kind of, in my opinion, this is going to come across a little. I can't think of a better metaphor right now. But it has a negative connotation that I don't mean. So stick with me through it. I feel like ace, when people describe it, being ace and then having like a low libido, the difference to me seems to be someone with a low libido is akin to someone being depressed. Being ace is someone akin to like having depression. It's just like one of these is more of an innate sort of, and again, I don't mean it with a negative connotation. I just don't know another thing that we fuck up very often, like in the same way with language. Like some people go, I'm depressed, and some people are like, I have depression, and people like conflate the two. I don't know if there's another conflation we have that's like that. Do you know what I'm saying, though? Like, I think people mistake not wanting to fuck a lot. Yeah, it's different. That's what I mean. Like, yeah. My ace friend discovered she was ace when she thought I was super attractive on every level, but could not even consider a sexual life with me. Oof. Yeah. You're not sure it checks out? You're not sure it checks out? No, I don't mean in the... I think, again, from a social perspective, I think people who don't understand the ace conversation think that it means that they just have like a low libido and like that can be fixed. You know what I mean? In the same way that people think you're depressed, just smile more or listen to happy music. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying from a social perspective, I think those two things, the way people look at them, are similar. Not how an ace person experiences it. Does that make sense? Blaire talking about, that used to happen to gay people as if it was 100 years ago. Obergefell v. Hodges was 2015, Blaire. Yeah, right? Ace people can have sexual desire, but they have no less sexual attraction than allosexual people. Yeah, exactly. Pretty average libido, but I don't want to have sex with anyone. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yep. See, Darth Moonbear, yeah, this is what I understand ace to be as well when people in the community talk about it. I'm ace. I like to fuck. I like giving my partner pleasure. I'm just not sexually attracted to people. I like being intimate with people, though. Yeah, that's the kind of understanding I have with it when a lot of ace people talk about that, where it's like, isn't libido desire to have sex? Yes, it is different from sexual attraction. Which is why some people don't which is exactly, Bob Stoner. That's why I made it akin to how people misunderstand depressed versus depression. That was where that was coming from. Netrunner, thanks for the tier 1. Ooh, back scratches, yeah. Sex is 1,000% about intimacy and providing pleasure to my partner for me. Yeah. There are different schools of thought. Well, I'm sure. See, ace is sort of an umbrella term for a few different experiences, right? But most ace people, in my opinion, when they describe it, usually they report, I like to have intimacy with my partner or partners. I'm not necessarily seeking it's not sexual attraction that drives that. It's often I just would like to be intimate with my partner. And so it resides in a different way. It's not in a way that I guess people that don't identify as ace experience sexuality, right? Find people attractive. I've dated, I fuck, but I prefer being intimate without being innately physical sexual. Also, I like porn, drawing, not safe for work, but that doesn't detract me from being a STEMI. Yeah, see? Yeah, it's a spectrum of itself. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I think a good rule of thumb is if someone says they're ace, be like, okay, cool. And then ask about their experience if you're in that kind of relationship and be like, okay, how's that manifest in your life? Like, that's pretty interesting. You know what I mean? Like, just ask. Would it be fair to CB Radium, and then we'll go back to the video. Ace Peeps, would it be fair to characterize ace as not being sex motivating, a motivating factor in your life? Like you might pursue intimacy in relationships, but be unconcerned with sex. I think, yeah, again, a lot of people that self-describe as ace and identify as ace, or at least a spectrum of ace, seem to report kind of that. Yeah. Oh, you don't want to sleep to the dulcet tones? That's okay, Jess. We'll turn Blaire back on so you have a reason to shut it off. Darwin, can you stop freaking out? There's no one here. It's the middle of the night, bro. Intimacy versus eroticism is an interesting dichotomy. Oh, yeah, that could be it. Yeah, sexual versus romantic attraction. I agree with that, yeah. Darwin can't get the transphobia to leave it. It's still happening.
Stop. It's creepy. It's rapey. And it's so overdone. It's so overblown. And this whole debate has been going on for years. And it's like, what is going to stop it? What is going to be the nail in the coffin that we don't have to talk about this anymore? And speaking on the super gay and super lesbian, I've met 2 gay men in my life who are attracted to trans men. I had a gay best friend for a while that I'm now kind of distant from, but we were best friends for a long time, and he is the gayest person I know. Like, crazy about men. As a man, he is crazy about men, okay? Super gay. Super gay. And one night when we were drinking, he confessed to me that sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes, he finds attraction in trans men.
When we were drinking, he confessed to me. Ugh. Like, it makes it sound like icky, you know what I mean? Like he confessed to me, ooh, this really taboo. I like trans men sometimes. Like, shut up, dude.
And would like to be with a trans man and watches certain videos online about trans men. And I was gagged, but it kind of made sense because there are a lot of men who are only with biological women who also would try out a trans woman. Kinsey Scale, like, go figure, a lot of people are somewhere on the Kinsey Scale. They're not perfectly one thing or the other.
She doesn't understand what the Kinsey Scale is, and it's yeah, she was gagged. I don't know. I think sissies need to stop declaring out of nowhere they don't want to fuck trans people as if anyone cares. Yeah. Try out a human. Like a car, chat.
But if you are perfectly one thing or the other, why can't you say that? Most trans people I've known in my life and that I've met, like, they don't actually believe this. They don't actually think you're not transphobic if you're not into trans people. A huge chunk of people who are saying this crap, that you're a bigot if you don't date trans people, they're not even trans.
Bro!
They're just speaking on our behalf, like this lovely woman.
Let me break this down. Trans women are women. Mm-hmm. So if you're heterosexual and you're a man and you said you wouldn't date a trans woman because it's a preference, that's just transphobia, period.
Girl, bye.
Ugh. But Blaire just misunderstands what this person is saying, dude. Again. Oh. If you want to date a trans person because they're trans, yes. Yes. Oh, yes, I would like to try your finest trans woman. A vintage, please.
You are not even trans. There's enough of us making us look bad. We don't need you coming in. Sorry. Bye. Nice try, but bye. So here are a couple of reasons why someone would maybe not want to date a trans person. These are valid reasons, and they're not hate-based. So the first is having kids. It is a difficulty having kids as a trans person. Take it from me. I cannot just go off.
But that's not a trans-specific issue again. That would just be... That's not because someone is trans. That is because you can't have kids with them. And you would like kids. So this isn't... This isn't a trans-specific issue. It has nothing to do with people being trans. You wouldn't date a cis woman that couldn't have kids in that scenario too. You fucking Stefan Molyneux motherfucker. Gotta have your eggs creamed.
Birth control for a month, and bada bing, bada boom, I have a
Bada bing.
bun in the oven. That's not my story. That's not my journey. My journey includes a lot of expensive medical costs, a lot of, legal processes, and just a lot more for me to have a biological child. So if someone doesn't want to be on that kind of a journey, and if having kids is very important to them, having a lot of kids and having them soon in life, if they don't want to be on that journey with me, I don't even blame them. It doesn't mean they hate me. It means they want to have kids and have kids soon. They want
I'm sorry.
6 kids, and that's their life.
I'm looking at the palms of her hands, and now I'm transfixed.
That's
is that just bronze tanner stuff on her palms? Not to judge, I guess. Live your life, but it's been bothering me. There's sort of like a stain on her palm. Yeah. Anyway, again, it's another one of those just another layer to this, like she seems so performative in, like, the person she puts forth. And I don't mean because she's trans. I mean, like, just in general, if she was a cis woman doing all these things, I would have the same opinion. You know what I mean? Like, it drives me nuts. It drives me icky.
That's valid. Another valid reason, genital preferences. You know that thing that, like, most people have?
Yeah.
That pretty much everyone outside of your woke group chat has.
Her entire her is just fake. Doesn't look like a human even to me. I guess she's just so fake. Like, I just don't feel like. Again, I feel like everything is a put on. Like, it's all a facade. Just an asshole, yeah.
Yeah, that's valid. And yes, trans women and trans men can have.
Bro, get your muffler fixed, dog. You hear that shit? Holy fuck, dude. Do you need like $80 to get your muffler fixed, my friend? Holy shit, dude. Yeah, it's a lot. Just screaming outside my fucking door here. Wow. Yeah. Cool, man. Holy shit. There. What are they talking about? I don't know. They're always like yelling a lot. They're very yelly to each other. They like to have a high volume level. It's not as bad as the neighbors we had before. It's almost 12 a.m. Oh yeah. No, it's like this pretty often. Anyone who believes this garbage is putting on a facade to be accepted by their peers and appear virtuous. What are we talking about, Math Life? What are we talking about, dude? Our poor parcel service delivery person has the worst truck. Oof. Takes about 8 minutes to turning the engine back on? What the fuck? They should just live that. You live in an apartment, don't you? No. I own a house. My AC unit is right here. So the what? Why would? Wait. Like, even if I did have an apartment, how would? No, you don't have to be apologizing. I just don't understand how the vehicle outside would be like, oh, that's an apartment. Like, parking is right next to the window or something. I don't know. Strange. No, I live in a town, like a neighborhood, and so their driveway's here. My driveway's on the other side of the house over this way, and I have an AC unit right here, and so the sound comes in through there. People without mufflers don't go near real houses. True. A one-room house. That's right. I have a one-room house, like an old-timey schoolhouse.
Sex changes down below.
Rambo was
That
just a gorilla.
Kara Kalpaki, thanks for following.
doesn't automatically make you meet the genital preference of a person just because you got it surgically done. I, even though I'm trans, am not attracted to trans men because of that. Because while I see plenty of trans men who are handsome and jacked and like seem like great people, I can't get past not having a naturally formed thing down there. Like,
A naturally formed? Dude, why is she transphobic, bro? Like, yeah, naturally formed. I mean, it just comes right out, dude. Naturally formed. Like, have you guys seen like a trans man's neo dick? It looks normal, dude. It looks normal. It's a normal pee-pee. Like, it takes a little time for it to look like a normal pee-pee, but like, you can't really fucking tell, dude. Like, I don't know what the fuck your problem is. Ugh. It becomes fully functional at a certain point. Like, I mean, like, but again, hey, check it out. You don't have to. Your primary and secondary sexual preferences in a person that you have sex with is valid. That's fine. Like, again, I like people that have vaginas and boobers and stuff like that. But I don't care about their gender necessarily, as long as they're sexually attractive to me. Although, pretty unlikely you're going to identify as a man and I'm going to find you attractive, unless you are maybe a non-binary man. That would make sense. But like, I've used this example before. Like, I'm attracted to Sarah. If Sarah identifies as a man tomorrow and changes nothing, which is highly unlikely, I would still be attracted to her, or I guess him in this scenario, and it wouldn't bother me. But like, to expect that from somebody is probably unlikely. I'm sure that exists in places, but like, but to say like, I wouldn't date a trans woman because it's not a naturally formed vagina. Like, what? How would you know? And like, first of all, you got to be asking questions, or they got to be like, "Hey, I'm trans." And then after that, it's be like, "Well, okay. Well, do you have do you got are you hanging hog like me? No. Well, okay, cool. Then I'm fucking fine. It doesn't matter. You're attractive. But if you do have a pee-pee, I'm going to feel bad because I'm not going to want to engage with that. And in bed, sorry guys, I know my alphaness can't get more, but in bed, I'm a giver, okay? I'm a giver. So because I wouldn't be enthusiastic about you having a ding-dong, I feel like that's fucked up for me to do to you, and I shouldn't expect that, and you should find somebody that is more compatible with you, and I would be a bad person for taking advantage of that situation. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. And but if you don't have a fucking genital preference, go wild, man. That's fine. But don't use your genital preference to hide your transphobia, because it's not working. Usually it's just transphobia, right? When people use the term genital preference to say I'm not attracted to trans people. Fuck off, dude. There are lots of people out here, man. How do you fucking know? How do you know? Most of these people that would say that, by the way, are hella lonely and absolutely would. They just don't. They're just scared to be like, because they think dating a trans woman, for instance, usually guys, they say, "Oh, dating a trans woman, that's gay." It isn't, but also, who gives a shit? Why do you care? Who fucking cares, dude? She still hasn't had bottom surgery, right? To my knowledge, I don't think so, and I don't think she intends to. But again, this just goes, she's also a trans medicalist. I don't understand how she doesn't see how that's not hypocritical for her to go like, you're not a real trans woman if you don't look like a woman. And then it's like, and this is a thing she says, that you have to try to be a trans person. And then also like, she has a pee-pee. Like, it feels hypocritical to be a trans medicalist or a true scum in that scenario, right? Like I'm a real trans woman, but you're not. Because you haven't done what it takes. You know what I mean? Like, fuck off, dude. Exactly, that Tiesler narrative of being tricked by a trans... Oh, yeah. The tricked. The old Tiesler. Let's finish this video.
Like that.
The muffler's gone.
That's what I prefer. Not a surgically
No, she hasn't had the bottom surgery, to
created
my
one.
knowledge. She talked about it. She talked about it not too long ago. I don't know if she's still dating that guy, but she had a boyfriend for a long time, and they talked about how she hadn't had the bottom surgery. And she was she made a shitty video. She made a really shitty video called "I'm detransitioning." She wasn't. She stopped taking her estrogen pills for a little bit so that she could create sperm, so that she could bank it, so that someday she could have kids biologically, which I think is valid and fine. I don't care. But no, don't call it detransitioning. She wasn't fucking detransitioning. It was clickbait. It was disgusting. It was gross. Like, just denigrates a bunch of fucking trans people for no reason. Detransitioning. Fuck you. As if the fucking estrogen is what makes you transition. Shut up.
It's gotta be there from birth, honey. That's just my preference.
That's a fucking yikes from me, dog.
And that's valid. It's valid for me being trans and valid for a person that's not trans. Baby, sometimes in
That's just internalized transphobia, dude.
life, you just gotta take the L. Not everyone's for you. You're not for everyone. There are other fish in the sea. Work on you. Work on you. Do some introspective work.
Yeah. Blaire White telling someone to work on themselves and their introspection. Huh.
Find out why you have such a grudge on your shoulder that not everyone wants to be with you. Work on this attitude of entitlement, which is very unattractive. And maybe once you do that and become a little bit better of a person, someone will definitely come along and want to be with you because you're a good person. And on that note,
Fuck off. Dude, I cannot fucking believe her. I cannot believe her, dude. She's so fucking gross. She's such a fucking icky person. I need dick from birth. Yikes, dude.